how you used to say all the time, bro?
What's
What
that?
kind of change do you think you would see? Now, what you said, that's almost cheating. That's like, of course you're going to see change. If folks act like Christ for 24 hours, you can't ask for, anything better than that. So you're going to see the most remarkable result ever. That's why I say it's like cheating. Like Christ, son, everybody going to be like, Christ? Like, okay. But look, so on a smaller scale, look what I used to say all the time, son. Only certain people I think can really understand this for what I'm saying, what it means, and the actual impact it would have. How do you think it would actually look if there was no music played for 24 to 48 hours? Especially rap. If people who have never had 10 minutes to themselves to think now don't have the capability to fill that time with music, or to ride around and amp themselves up before a little lick they about to make.
They'll listen to the well sing. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to the what?
To the well sing. Listen to the leaves blowing. You listen to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be connected to nature.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing too. I was gonna get on that too as well.
So hold up. Save that too, because I don't want to forget that. Right when I finish this one, I want you to get on that, because I want you to echo on that. So my thing is, what would happen if for 24 or 48 hours the soundtrack to violence, murder, and crime wasn't allowed to play? Mm-hmm. See, we need music to usher in certain spirits and certain setting the mood, to usher in different moods, to have certain things take place. Why do you think certain people cut on certain type of music before sex? They cut on certain type of music before robberies, before murders, before basketball games, before football games, before whatever it is they doing. Music sets the tone and ushers in spirits. So what if the soundtrack to crime and sin wasn't allowed to play? That's going to take out a lot of the inspiration to do certain things. You get what I'm saying? I feel as though you see a change in the world dramatically overnight as well. Now to your point, what was your point you was getting on, big brother? I don't want to forget that.
No, I was gonna say is like anytime like you said, man, like like I had classical music playing in my office one day, and I had somebody who with ADD. They said, "Man, this music is really making me focus."
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, "Man, like, what's your playlist?" Because this music really makes me focus. I post to sometimes when you got like, all right, in the morning, if I'm getting the kids ready and I got rap music playing, everybody chaotic. And the Lord allowed me to see it. He said, "Man, everybody chaotic. You should change the music." And I changed the music, you know what I'm saying? Something like, more classical, something like more jazz. Next thing you know, the whole car quiet, calm. You feel me? Like at peace. Like at peace. And I'm going, man, okay. This is neat. And saying that to say, man, like you said, yeah, it's off for certain, like, man, when you hear a beat, you know what I'm saying, you hear like something like some bass. To me, like bass, like ground you. It keeps you focused on the things that's down below. And when you hear like certain things like strings, or certain like chords,
acoustics.
Yeah, it brings your level of consciousness up too.
It's spiritual, bro. Listen. Anytime David could play demons out of Saul, you better watch what you're listening to.
Yeah.
Anytime David with a harp could play demons away from King Saul, you better watch what you listening to and putting into your system.
Mm-hmm.
Because the same way demons can be played out, They got to be able to be played in.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Like, so, yeah, no, to what you were saying, to your point, and I don't want to talk about nobody like that, and you know, I'm just telling it like it is. But I remember years ago, we had a neighbor that used to leave out. When I used to leave out to work, she used to leave out around the same time, bro. And she used to have the little baby in the car with him, a little dude. And, you know, they'll be leaving out, going wherever she going. You know, I guess she drop her baby off, go to work, or, you know, do whatever it is she was doing. But I leave out to go to work around the same time. And she been in that car sometime, bro, just with that yuka, 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 yuka. And I'm like, son, it's 5:30. No, son, I'm talking about it's dark outside, son.
5:30, big 5. You know what I'm saying?
Son,
like, you know, AM. You know what I'm saying?
Son,
like,
it is every bit of 5:20, 5:27 outside. And it's hammer, 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 hammer. I'm like, son. Like, I'm talking about, and I'm young at the time too, but in my head, I'm like, dog, I'd run into the stop sign, son, before I got off the street listening to that, son. And I thought about it, and I'm just like, how do some of our people even focus? When the music, like from the second that we leave the house, dog, it's like, and I know people who play music all day long, son. Like if there's not music being played, like there's a problem. Like they want music, like they need a soundtrack to their life. Like everything that they're doing. You get what I'm saying? They need music being played, like. And it's like, when you never allow yourself any time to yourself to think, or when you are playing music, it's chaotic type of music that just has you like you said, like you're like certain type of music that we don't have, you know what I'm saying, that we don't have no business listening to. Like when we listening to it, it has our spirits all over the place. Like it's chaotic. It brings up certain, it brings up, or it makes certain points of emphasis on certain characteristics that we have that shouldn't be highlighted. Like certain musics bring out the anger in you, bring out the lust in you, bring out some jealousy, bring out envy, bring out hatred. Like it highlights bad characteristics. Whereas, you know, other things are, like you say, you put on certain type of music, everybody's calm, cool and chilling. So I just used to look at that and be like, man, how did you even think? Like it's early in the morning, and see, and that same ride, that same time of the day, I understand everybody's different, but that same ride and part of the day that she used to be taking early in the morning, that used to be like my time where I'd probably like cut on like the news or something, just have it playing in the background, be thinking to myself though, talking to myself, like, you know, just getting my day started. And I'm like, from off the rip, you know what I'm saying, you jumping into the car just straight hammer time. Just bounce music, like it's just gone. It's like now then you can start to see like how certain decisions are made by people, because a lot of things are made just in haste, in a rush, with no preparation. You feel me? With no time to have thought or meditated about anything. It's just like they just winging it, just going as they go, as we all have done. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point in time. But it's like how you just brought up the point of just like the music, and how I said about the actual spirit that's being ushered in. Like all that is just real, bro. Like all that's real. So like you said, all that just came from the point you said about if everybody act like Christ for one day. I just feel like even with the music, like that the music is so powerful and so prevalent in what goes on in the world, that if all music was shut down for like a day or two, folks.
Sorry, hold on one second.
Do your thing, man.
747-719. I'm listening, bro.
Yeah, no, that's it. I was just saying, even with the music, I just feel as though you'd see a huge change. You know what I'm saying? People would be forced to just think and talk and just, you know, not just pass time by with music or be spoken to by these influences. You feel me? Because listen, dog, a lot of people who listen to different music take on the characteristics of that artist.
Correct.
Like, you know how many of our young women think they are Beyonce? Think they are Nicki Minaj, or the new generation, you know, it's a bunch of other ones that I ain't even gonna bring up, but from our age, we know like there's plenty of women think that they are these artists because they spend time with these artists, listening and talking with these artists. Like they're having fellowship and communion with these people, with the amount of music that they listen to. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. I just think that I'm having two. Just come out to what's your email? Yeah, I can print out yours. No, I don't need it. Positive. Thank you. But yeah, so a lot of it, man, is just going back to what you said earlier, bro. It's just like it is apparent, because and you gotta ask yourself though, why it is apparent though. Like I seen this video clip way back in that day when they first started producing like welfare, and it was actually this woman, like if they need a man at home. And this is a white man asking a black woman if they need a man at home. And they was like, no. And we know why they saying no, because the money.
You said if they need a man at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, she's like, no, I can raise my child by myself. That's what they was like. I can raise my kids by myself. I don't need a man for that. I like my peace. I like my space. I like this. And this is like back when welfare first was being introduced.
And so who were these men asking these women this question? From the government, like?
Yeah.
What was the point of them asking this? Like,
yeah, the whole point of them asking, because it's like, man, I guess it was just like, well, welfare, a woman couldn't receive aid if a man was over the 18, lived at home.
Yeah.
With a woman.
Yeah. That's why they would tell them to leave when the people came through to check on them.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, and because of that, man, it's just like, so everything, what we see right now, like, man, really is kind of like engineered. That's why I said we don't have, the only thing to do is just like, man, seeing that it's been engineered, and seeing that, like, man, from like the food to like, the music to like the political structures and things like that. But that doesn't stop us, because once we know better, we gotta do better. You gotta do better, and that's the part of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just my question to people is like, man, like, all right, we know these things. You know what I'm saying? But what can I say? We all know these things.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? I could say I know these things, right? So, like, man, I'm uncomfortable with certain things. And, but.
And other people are uncomfortable too, yeah. They just don't know why.
Yeah.
Because look, I saw Joe on a Joe Rogan interview just the other day. I'm sitting, and you're right, I had to really check myself, like, just because we know these things. I heard this boy out his mouth. He was talking about something that was going on. He was talking about some system in the world somewhere where it's like, you pretty much just see how the people that work hard suffer and the people that cheat, you know what I'm saying? Like, they prevail a lot of times and they're successful. And it just turns people bad, and it's just a bunch of chaos. He said, it almost seems as though there's someone behind the scenes, like, with an agenda to just, like, manually create chaos. And I'm sitting there like, no crap, Sherlock. Like, I'm sitting there like, is that what you think? Huh? But no, but in my head, I'm like, son, it's so bad that secular people are just like, something has to be going on. Like, that's how crazy this world is getting, to where even folks who don't respect the word to the fullest in terms of like following it and giving their all to it, even they know like just something isn't right. But when I heard that, all I'm thinking of is the scripture that says the devil is just roaming the world, seeking like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Like, that is exactly what he's doing. Causing chaos, creating chaos through everything. Another thing that goes off of that. Did you see the post I made about the speech, If I Were the Devil?
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to that speech?
Yeah, I heard that speech before.
You heard it already? I forgot I heard that speech. I heard it before, but I forgot I heard it. That's what made me repost it. Once I heard it, I was like, man, I forgot about this. Now, it's so wild. It's just like, yes, that is the agenda. That is the hand manually constructing chaos in our society. Like, dog, you got to look up the Homosexual Manifesto. You ever seen that? Go Google Homosexual Manifesto, and you will, I forget, it's so long ago, I don't want to say the wrong time. It might have been the 70s, 60s, 50s, I don't know, but a long 40s, 30s, 20s, I don't know, but a long time ago. It's just something called the Homosexual Manifesto, where they pretty much just tell you how they want to like lay out, like just switching up, twisting up American minds in terms of sexuality.
Right.
And break up the home, reject the thought of marriage, reject the thought of a man and a woman household with children. Like, just all it is creating complete, utter chaos in regards to the word of God. So this is the thing. What I've had to learn too is, in a lot of my conversations, I have to flat out tell people, I just really had to learn this. Because a lot of times you're arguing with somebody, or not necessarily arguing, but just arguing a point. And I'm sitting there thinking like, bruh, this person doesn't even know the Bible. They don't care. So I had to really begin to understand and admit, listen, things that you're saying only matter to someone who believes in the Bible. Besides that, you're just going to have to live this stuff and love folks and just try to teach them and just set it before them to make a decision on their own. But like me and you were talking just the other day, like folks aren't doing stuff just because they know for a fact, like, oh yeah, do you know the type of hell this is going to put me in? Can't wait.
Yeah, like, absolutely not, you know?
Like, do you know how many young women, dog, like, son, do you know, like, dog, the devil is so rich. Son, do you know when I was young, I distinctively remember saying this out my mouth and telling like myself and whoever else around me. I'm talking about young, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. But I'm never going to smoke cigarettes. You know what else I used to say? My parents are never going to get divorced.
Yeah.
Like, I had that type of family. I saw things on TV. I was like, oh, I got a good like at a young age, I could tell and know like, oh man, I got both parents in the house. We got a picture perfect family. My parents are married. All our children, all my brothers and sisters come from the same mama, same daddy. Not even really knowing and realizing about my half brothers and sisters from my father's first wife. But just at that point in time, the ones in my household, this is a unit. This is how our family's supposed to be. And before I knew it, my parents were divorced. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I done smoked cigarettes. You feel me? Like, things happen to where it's like the devil strips away at that innocence and chips away at that innocence. And then you talking about the innocence that I had from at least being able to have the privilege of coming up in a household where I'm being taught the word of God by both parents. And yet he still chipped away at that. So it's just like, dog, that if I were the devil's speech, it's just like, the things he says and lays out is just like, yes, that's exactly what the devil would do. That's exactly what's taking place. And you have people who have been born into these things, so they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like the frog in the hot water theory, where they say if you warm the water up while the frog is in it, rather than just dropping him in some hot water, he's gonna jump right back out the hot water. But if you warm it up while he's already in it, it's like, okay, he doesn't know what's happening until it's too late. It's the same as people being born into these conditions and born into the society. They have like the heat being turned up on them while they're in the pot. It's not just all of a sudden like, what is this? Transsexuals? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Not so.
Hey, somebody said somebody the other day said if Diddy wants to like shake back from all these charges, he just got to become like a transsexual. That's cool.